you try not to think about the Oscars. It's at some point people start saying, "Hey, you're probably going to get an Oscar nomination," and we would just say it is too early to talk about that. And that, I mean, people were saying that in May, and June, and July, and we just immediately like, no.
I think
don't.
I said it the first time I talked to you about this.
Yes, and you shouldn't have. It was bad. It was bad. But you just try to. It's like, I'm sure baseball players have all kinds of superstitions about things you don't.
Right.
Like if someone's pitching a no-hitter, you don't
You
say,
might get
"Hey,
a
I think
no-hitter."
this is going to be a no-hitter." You don't ever say that,
Right.
right? You just kind of like, and so we just try to poo-poo that kind of talk. And then the nominations came out. We were in a hotel in Portland, Oregon, because Julia was showing her retrospective there, a retrospective of all her movies. And it's 5 in the morning because they announce the nominations at 5 in the morning so that they can make East Coast morning news at 8 in the morning in New York. And so we said to ourselves, we're not going to get up early, and we're just going to sleep through it. And someone, if we're so lucky, maybe the phone will ring, right? But here it's 5 in the morning, and I'm kind of half awake, and I realize Julia's in the bathroom, and she's watching her phone in the bathroom, and in this small hotel room. I'm like, Julia,
Don't watch it.
You're not doing. Don't do this. You shouldn't be doing this. It's just going to jinx it, and also it's just going to make you crazy, right? But I'm trying to sleep, and I can't sleep, and finally I get up because I can hear the warble of her phone in the bathroom, right? So I go in the bathroom, and here we are in a little bathroom in a small hotel in Portland, Oregon, and the nominations are announced, and there's our name of our film, right? And we just could not believe it. It's overwhelming. Feeling.
So what do you do in that moment? Do you go get a cup of coffee? Do you just stare at each other and
we hugged? I know we hugged. We were proud. We actually felt there were several other films that we were sure were going to get nominations that did not, and we were thrown by that. That was I remember that pretty strongly. That there was two films that the filmmakers were our friends of ours, and we thought, I can't believe those films didn't get nominations, So that was a weird moment when you feel like, wow, you're being honored, but the films you were sure would also get honored aren't. And then, but you just start stumbling through the day, and the phone's ringing off the hook and all that stuff. I don't know what you kind of just you have to get breakfast. Then you have to like brush your teeth, right? You have to do the normal things. Yeah, and so I don't know. As we inch closer to the actual Oscars in February, it was nerve-wracking. There's a lot of events you go to. We were basically in LA for like a month, going to event after event. At the same time, Julia was fighting cancer, and that does put your feet on the ground. It's like you realize
what's important.
All this stuff is exciting, and there's red carpets and flash bulbs and all that, but we went to an award ceremony for documentaries, specifically for documentaries, and we were lucky to win several awards that night. And the next morning, we went to the local hospital so Julia could get chemo. And we were in a little cubby hole with a little curtain, almost like a shower curtain, because they didn't have separate rooms. This was not here in Ohio. This was actually in New York. And, she had chemo. We sat in this little cubby she's in a lazy boy, I'm on a hardback chair, and we're there for like 5 hours. And it's like all the glamour is not there, right? It's like, it definitely puts your feet on the ground in terms of like perspective, of what matters. So, and then at the Oscars, people, well, one thing I learned from The Last Truck is we were lucky to get nominated for an Oscar for The Last Truck. And when we went to LA that time, that was my first time going, everybody says, you're going to win. And what I realized is that all the nominees for any award are told that. So if there's 5 nominees for any Oscar, they're all being told by their friends and family and people they run into, oh, you're going to win. Oh, hey, you're going to win. And the best thing you can do is to just totally put that out of your mind. Disregard it, because no one knows. The Price Waterhouse accountants know, and that's it. And we started hearing, oh, you're going to win, and I put it out of my mind. We went to the Oscars. It was very, very good of Netflix and Higher Ground and our third production partner, Participant Media. They all supported the idea of bringing some of the factory workers from Fuyao to the Oscars, and they put up they donated money for hotel rooms, for airfare. I think even for like makeup artists for some of the guests, And so 5 of the stars of the movie, 1 Chinese person and 4 Daytonians, 4 longtime Daytonians, they all came and they got to bring their husbands, wives,
That's
partners,
great.
or daughter in one case. And it was so great because it was like, why should, how do we say it? We're only getting to go to the show because people trusted us. So those folks should come to the show with us. They should have some fun with us at this crazy circus of an event. And that was
I dare say
really
that not
meaningful.
everyone would take that same position, and
Well,
that
but
speaks to you and
seems
yours and
obvious.
Julia's character and why people respect
No, it
and
seems so
are happy
obvious
for you.
that it's like it's much more meaningful if you're not there alone. If you're there with the people who are in the movie. For us, it meant the world that they could come and they would come and they could take off work to come. And the reality is when the day after that they fly home and the next day they're going back to work, right, in the factory. But that was really special. And then at the Oscars, we were so nervous beforehand. Julia said we have to practice standing up. We have to practice how we're going to walk down the aisle. Our biggest fear was literally tripping down the aisle, because the documentarians, they put you way in the back, right?
Yeah.
They don't give you the front row seats. So we literally practiced like, okay, stand up. Imagine they said your name. Stand up. Steve, you step 2 steps to your left into the aisle. Not at the edge of the aisle, but way in the middle of the aisle. Put out your arm. Julia, hook your arm through Steve's arm. Julia, bunch up your dress. Grab it. Okay. With your right arm, you bunch up the dress. With your left arm, you hook your arm through Steve's right arm.
No detail was overlooked.
No, it was so specific. And then we practiced that several times before the ceremony began, while the auditorium was still mostly empty and everybody's in the lobby having a cocktail or something. But that was good. We practiced it because when they did call our names, it suddenly was like underwater time. It was like everything was slow motion, and it was good we had practiced because we could follow our routine,